Happy birthday, happy birthday to Billy Watt. Billy Watt. Happy birthday.
Unimaginable grief when family members learn that a body found in Saugus is likely the body of missing Woburn mother Sherell Pringle.
On December 19, 2021, a woman would go missing in the early morning hours after she did not return home from a date with her boyfriend the night before on December 18th. Family and friends grew concerned, and they knew this was out of the ordinary for the 40-year-old mother of one. Their loved ones would file a missing person report. What would end up unfolding over the next few days was not only heartbreaking, but terrifying.
It's been pure hell. It's been pure hell. I'm a mother, that's my child. I feel like my heart has been ripped out, okay? I don't know what's going on. I feel like the police should be doing much, much more.
Pearl Garner losing sleep since Saturday.
The other night it was so cold, I'm sitting there wondering, you know, is my child cold? Is she cold? What coat does she have on?
Family and friends put the 40-year-old's face on flyers all over.
And I'm just feeling empty inside. I need my mom. I want her back immediately.
I'm scared. It's been too many days that's passing, okay? I haven't heard anything.
While family members were searching for the missing mother of one, a disturbing discovery was found on the side of a highway. Also during this same time, the victim's mother was speaking to the local news, expressing her concern of where her daughter could be when she received a call that her 40-year-old daughter was found unalive.
Moments after speaking with us, the phone rang. Relatives found Sherell. The rest of the family rushed to the scene where police soon took over. Family members say they were trying to connect the dots from where Sherell's phone was found in Lynn, pulling over near the Rumney Marsh on the way, discovering her purse and then her body alongside Route 107 in Saugus.
And I just don't understand how somebody would take somebody's child. Who gives them the right?
40-year-old Sherell Pringle was described by friends and family as strong, independent, and a true leader. She was an amazing mother to her one and only child, who she pushed to do good every day, always making sure she was the foundational support for her son, with whom she had an unbreakable bond with. Besides her son, she enjoyed traveling, shopping, and taking pictures, and enjoyed life in general. She was very ambitious, and over the past 10 years, she had worked at the Stewart Medicals Group in Watertown, Massachusetts. She earned her higher education from Roxbury Community College, where she received her associate's degree in business. And then she was so driven that she went on to obtain her bachelor's degree at UMass Boston with a focus in fashion design. Beyond that, she enjoyed spending time with her mother, and the two had a very close relationship. And that's who she was with earlier in the day before she would vanish later that night. That night was Saturday, December 18th, and Charelle had gone on a date with the man she had been dating for a short time. However, the next day, she did not return home, and with no word from Sherell, family and friends began to worry and reached out to authorities that following Monday morning, letting them know she had been missing since Saturday night. Sherell's last known location was with 44-year-old Bruce Mabin, and they were last seen together at a Boston nightclub around 1:30 a.m., leaving before the club closed. Bruce had informed her family that he had dropped her off at home on Sunday around 3:30 a.m., but her 19-year-old son, who lives in the home, said that she never returned and that he was at home the entire night and in the morning. Sherell's mother had not heard from her since Saturday as well, and her brother and son's calls and texts to her had gone unanswered too. Family knew that she would never go a day without speaking to her mother, and they were very close, and they spoke regularly and throughout the day. These were all major red flags, and Bruce himself would only share a missing persons flyer to his social media page. However, he offered the family very little to no help in regards to her whereabouts.
Somebody's child. Who gives them the right?
I love my mom to death, man. Now she's gone because it is.
19-year-old Jemani Larione is without a mother. He tells me family found 40-year-old Sherell Pringle's body in the bushes this morning along Route 107 in Saugus along the Rumney Marsh Reservation.
We did everything ourselves. You think the police found her? We found her.
The family believed that law officials were not taking the case serious enough and were moving too slow in the process to locate Sherell. So they eventually tracked Sherell's phone and traced it to a murky area where they also located her purse, and that is where they would find her body several feet in the bushes. This left the family outraged that they were able to locate her body and investigators weren't able to do so, and so they felt there was not enough being done in the first 48 hours after her initial disappearance. To make matters worse, it was determined that Sherell was unalive in the most horrific way. She had over 215 stab wounds, which also led her family to have to make the hard decision of not having an open casket at her homegoing celebration. Initially, police claimed that they had no leads in the case, despite the family's pleas to investigate the boyfriend whom she was last seen with. Almost a week after going missing, police would arrest Sherell's boyfriend, 44-year-old Bruce Maiden, on charges including larceny over $1,200, tampering with evidence, and obstruction of justice. Even though this gave the family some relief that he was behind bars, he had not officially been charged with the murder of Sherell.
She's gone before Christmas. Leaving her family, man. What are you talking about?
The family of a woman found dead in a Saugus marsh screamed at her boyfriend today after a brief court hearing which provided them with no answers. Sherell Pringle went on a date with her boyfriend Saturday night but never came home. She was found dead days later, this past Tuesday. Lisa, you were in the courtroom and you learned that boyfriend Bruce Maben is not charged with murder.
Anaritis, he is not facing that charge. And as for Sherell Pringle's family and friends, they showed up here to Lynn District Court in full force, and the tension in the courtroom wasn't just felt, it was heard.
According to a Facebook post, Bruce had torched the vehicle that he and Sherell were traveling in that night in an attempt to try to conceal possible evidence that could be used against him. Following the passing of Sherell, her mother would post on December 18, 2021, "My daughter Sherell woke up to her son, just like any other day, not knowing that this would be the last time she would see her only child." It was not until January 4th, 2022 that he was officially charged with taking the life of Sherell. He would sit behind bars for multiple years before he would finally get his day in court. Even though he pled not guilty and was standing on his innocence, and his lawyer also said there was no evidence tying him to the case, on November 5th, 2025, he was ultimately sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for the brutal stabbing of his ex-girlfriend.
You're a bum. You're scum. You're an idiot.
The mother of a Woburn woman did not hold back as she spoke to the man who killed her daughter in 2021. She delivered those statements and much more on that day that convicted learned his sentence.
You don't deserve to be walking here. You will get what you deserve because God don't like ugly.
A heartbroken mother addressing her daughter's as he puts his head down. Bruce Maben was sentenced for first-degree murder in the death of 40-year-old Sherell Pringle.
I hope you rot in hell for what you did.
Pringle's mother, Pearl Garner, calling it a vicious crime.
217 stab wounds.
She says her daughter was almost unrecognizable, and they had to have a closed casket at her funeral.
I sit on my porch at night alone and just cry. When Sherell was murdered, a piece of me died with her.
The verdict and subsequent sentence will ensure that the defendant will be held accountable for his senseless and atrocious conduct, according to the district attorney, who hopes that the family and friends of Sherell Pringle can find some comfort in the outcome. One loved one of Sherell said, 4 years and we finally got a verdict. I am happy you will spend the rest of your life in prison. R.I.P. Sherell Pringle, you did not deserve this." And she definitely did not. Her life mattered, and she should still be here. What happened to her is a very sad and tragic situation that we're seeing way too often. And if you or someone you know is dealing with DV or in a situation that's not safe, please contact your local authorities or the DV hotline at 1-800-799-7233, or you can also text BEGIN to 88788 for additional help. I am so glad that Sherell's family finally got the justice that they deserve, even though it was a very long 4 years. Pray that they can find some kind of peace, knowing that this man will forever be behind bars. However, we know that does not take away the pain from losing someone that you love. My thoughts and prayers continue to go out to this family. Please don't forget to let me know your thoughts. Also, don't forget to comment your prayers as well as they continue to heal from this tragic situation. And hit that like button and share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change quickly.